Grand afternoon. This is Empress Priestess. I hope all is well. I have faith that it is. Lots of changes in this beautiful energy. The 1111 gateway is upcoming. It's just a trailer passing through. And that we are excited for because it continues to contribute to our harvest from last month, and that was Samhain. October, because that's what that month is about. It's about the reaping harvest. This is where all that we've been doing up until that point, you reap harvest of it, whether it be deemed good or bad in your universe or world or whatever. And God has been very good. October, November, and December, that's when we're seeing the most hits of karma and a lot of death and carnage. I went to see the Venom movie and I really enjoyed it. And we were talking about carnage. And I was like, carnage is not bad. It's just with the wrong host is bad because the intentions of that host will be exacerbated by the carnage, gene or whatever it is, symbiote. And so it would really do some damage. But if they got the right host with the right intentions, then carnage would be such an aid and benefit to getting it done. Getting the job done. Not pussyfooting around, none of that. But really getting it done. Leading things. So, in saying all that, you're going to be in the midst of carnage right now. You know. That doesn't mean it's an opportunity to rain on your parade. That just means you get to observe firsthand without any pleasure or joy, just being privy to even know that people are suffering for their actions against me, you, and whomever else is chosen. I am God's favorite, God's ambassador. So I know the hate comes heavy. When you have lovers that become enemies or see you as enemy territory, something they need to control or grip, you know you're successful in whoever you perceive yourself to be. And I've learned that over the years. At first I didn't comprehend it, but I get it now. You know, especially with other events that have taken place. If you weren't successful, none of these things would be happening against you. None of these energies would be going against you. Now it's like these energies are incarnated into its vibratory host. And so that person already had that energy against you. You just didn't know because it was sleeping or they were keeping it silent or hidden. But then when that demon gets a hold to him, it's a whole different story. It expands that. You know, Jupiter, it affects dark and light energy. It's not just, light energy. And on that darker trajectory, that's where the carnage is happening. So it's expanding in their human experience to the point where we get to see it because it's overflowing. You know, they walking dead around here, dragging limbs and feet and can't get around. Their mobility, whether it be vehicles, not having access to vehicles and things like that, that's mobility. You know, that's letting you know what is going on with those around you and what it means. And so it gives you a peace of mind knowing that, okay, I can breathe. You know, that energy is being dealt with. They too consumed with their own carnage in their human experience because they're getting all their energy back that's been returned to them. And this is how it's affecting their experience. And it's way better than anything that we could have wished upon them because God know how to hit it. God know what's important to these demons. So God know what to take away. And mobility is important to them. They love to look a certain way so that they could do certain things. Shapeshifters. Well, we can use these same privies to our advantage, just in a higher vibrational frequency. Well, when we start to see this carnage, maintain yourself. Don't start letting their suggestions change the trajectory of where you're going, where your mind is, where your stability mentally is, where you master decision making. mastered detachment, just mastered integrity and dignity. All these higher vibrational comprehensions we've mastered. Don't let those who have not or are in the midst of be a critic. You are not to be criticized. You can only be an inspiration and or motivation, but not discredited. That is an energy that they themselves are dealing with, and it's showing itself to you so that you don't take it on as a vibratory frequency. You can let that person stay in that until they decide it's time to rise, because people keep focusing on Jesus's death, but there is the story of his rising. So we need to focus on Phoenix rising, not Christ's death. And by the way, Christ is a position. Christ's seat is a position. Christ's consciousness is a position. And there's a chemical process that happens with all that. So don't be deceived. Especially listening to all these retarded pastors talking about homosexuality was in the Bible, and Ruth and Naomi were intimate and had a relation, all types of stuff. So, pay attention. Don't get caught up in what they talk about modern times. But stay grounded. That means knowing what you're doing still in the midst of all the carnage. It's not yours to bear. Be able to release. Let it go. Even when people are poking the bear, let them keep that energy and do not adopt it. Otherwise, they're changing the trajectory of where you're going. And then don't create a time loop off of it. So, allow what will be to be. We are not rushing. We are not asking. We are not demanding. We are allowing whatever to fall away that should not be. So there's no rushing things. There's no propositioning or any of those things. If the recipe if whatever ingredients are not available for the recipe, abort mission. Do not use that recipe. Get what's needed and then create that recipe. Otherwise, you bring a initiating energy of resistance into the experience, and that's chaos. Not even organized chaos. It's just chaos. Throws everything off because it wasn't originally a part of what you manifested. It's a detour from your manifestation. So allow what needs to break down and who needs to go to break down and go, because that's what's allowing the manifestation to come through. It can't come through with the way things look. Otherwise, why would you be manifesting? You be content. So step out the way, step aside. It's not difficult. These are choices and discernments. How long do you want to suffer? I don't want to suffer at all. Well, get out the way. Okay. See how simple that is? 1, 2, 3 step process. Stay grounded. People will be used by whatever energy feels that it can get aroused out of you. And as I've heard it, whatever angers you controls you. Therefore, do not be angered. And then do not act out of your anger. Transmute, then transcend the energy into something productive. Take it from a low vibrational frequency to a higher vibrational frequency, and then use it to create and manifest with that energy. Especially when people try to use things about you that are naturally just sparkling and magical against you, like you should see it as a drawback. That lets you know you're successful with that. That's my magic. You interfering. And it doesn't matter. Lover, friend, blood family, adopted family, whomever. They don't have that right unless you give it away. And we ain't giving shit over here. We're obedient. That way we don't sacrifice. In sacrifice, there is disobedience. That's why you're sacrificing. That's why I'm Barbie and I get every single thing I want. Doesn't matter who look at my pictures, speak spells, and whatever it is they try to do. It actually assists me in reaching those goals and desires that I have instantly. So I'm grateful. Haters, make me money. Jealous, envious, demons make me money. So it's a beautiful process energetically, with great rewards to be born. And I received them. Stay in the spirit. You are perfect in the spirit. That's why I'm perfect. I stay in the spirit. So nothing can ever harm. Stay in the spirit. Stay grounded. Stay jovial. Stay joyful. Stay beautiful. Stay alluring. Be yourself in all of his glory. That's God that's shining through. His glory is your glory. Be grateful. Transcend the word that sounds so low vibrational at certain points and allow it to manifest in a higher vibrational tense. Shift things around. Don't be scared. You matter. You're important. Your energy offers a lot to the algorithm of the universe, Gaia. We're all a working vessel in this whole plan. Value yourself and move and act accordingly. I do. Thank you for your ear, your time. I know this video was longer than any of the others, I think, maybe. But I really wanted to convey that message because it just seems like a lot is happening with people. And no matter how bad I feel, I'm always reminded of they showed me who they were when I was in need, and all they could do is just criticize and discuss and be hidden in their intentions. So no, I don't feel anything. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I did it, and it's glorious. I'm grateful. I get up whether I have anywhere to go, and I look amazing. I don't wait for a moment to show off in front of people and look amazing. I look amazing whether I'm going somewhere or not, because it makes me feel good. And don't ever let that sparkle that you hold be used as a weapon against you. If they can't handle it, why are they wanting to be around you so that they can bring you down a level? That's a question to ask. It's something to think about and ponder, and propose that question to whom is criticizing. Because if you don't feel the need to criticize them, then there certainly shouldn't be a need to criticize you. Belittle you, especially when you know that they'll be willing to give another person a leg up, a like, a congratulations, a like on a picture or a DM or what have you. But because it's you, they got problems. Well, let them keep their problems, because it's only one of you. So if they want to leave and go somewhere else and entertain something, it won't be you. So they still losing out. So don't ever feel like you got to put on a mask or a costume because somebody is not comfortable with your authenticity. That means that's not your tribe. You can't congratulate me? That means you a problem. You ain't worried about my safety. You worried about something you can get out the whole deal. How I make you look and feel. But you're not worried about me. And that's cool, because I don't ask nobody to. And you shouldn't either. We should be done with the asking. If it ain't already being done, it's time to move it along. It ain't no future event to get to cut it off. You just cut it off right then and there. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they do it to you. They cut you off and tell you you wasn't shit because you weren't giving them what they wanted. So let them know that street worked two ways, not just one way on their side. You can't be disrespected if they don't want to be disrespected. And if they want to be disrespected, then cool, but that ain't happening over here. We ain't tolerating. That tolerance energy is out the door. Nothing is being tolerated. Everything is being handled. That's why the veil is thin. That means all lies, trickery, deceit, manipulation, blah, blah, is able to be detected. You can't hide it. It's right here, and we see you. So, in knowing this, you can confidently speak these words with conviction in your heart, because it's something you believe in. It's an authentic voice. Because I've seen it too many times, and I'm not tolerating it. If you don't like the way I dress, the way I look, if you don't like how I talk, if you don't like how I smile, you don't have to come around. Because I'll never put anybody down before I put them up. I guarantee you'll be better than when I first met you. So in knowing that, I'm an inspiration. And I should be treated as such because I'm acting accordingly. But if it's hard for you to vibe with that, I know that you must be some type of energy trying to keep me at some type of level. Nah, we done with all that. You can't. Yes, I can. God said I could. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your feelings. There are other messages that people are picking up on. Nobody is looking at you in that way. So you can't let nobody look at you in that way. So when they telling you these things, that's when you know. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more chances. Why do you need chances to learn how to love a person? If you love people or you don't. And if you don't, it's cool. Ain't nobody asking. But we ain't staying around for the show of not being loved, not being cared for, not being handled with care, not being respected and trusted. And especially when we respecting and trusting. We just ain't doing blindly. We ain't just following the leader around here. And if my leadership is a disrespect to anybody, that means you're trying to hold me back from God and what God telling me to do. And that shall not happen. It shall not happen. Speak against these things that they not be. The more you keep giving it a pass and, I'll do this if, no, because people ain't doing nothing. They ain't giving you that same energy. They not telling you what they gon', no. So you stand firm. You stay grounded. Thank you for your ear. I hope you enjoyed the message. Have a good one. Toodles.